It's Motivational Monday, guys. What's happening? Hope everybody had a great weekend, a great Father's Day. It's time to do the Motivational Monday time. That was really not a great sentence, but it's that time. So I want to, if you guys haven't seen how I've done this the last month or so, we do Motivational Monday as a team, as a group. We have people come in, make comments. I'm going to give you guys some time to file in. We're going to talk about what I would suggest this week's theme of Motivational Monday is. For Patreons, you're going to get a recap. You're going to get a breakdown. You're going to get something extra that I can think of after we have this conversation with everybody. Let me know where you guys are from in the chat box. And then if there's any questions you've got this week in terms of pep talks, my overriding theme is going to be that everything happens for a reason. You have to stay positive and realize that even in the crappy things or the things that don't feel right, you've got no idea what the greater purpose is out there. And I'm going to use a backdrop of Field of Dreams. I just watched the movie Field of Dreams for the 97th time. But I realized there's some messages in there that play perfect to what we're talking about here. As you guys, what's up, Dylan? What's up, Marla? Let's see, Pam. Jeanette, as you guys start making comments, also remember to hit the like, the heart button. If you are on YouTube right now, if you're wanting to make sure that you get our alerts when we go live, make sure you not just hit the subscribe button, but that bell is actually the trick. I need to do a whole YouTube video and share it, or a whole video showing you guys the best way to make sure you're getting all of our videos live so that we could break that crap-ass algorithm. Kelly, you are not in Stephenville. You are sitting next to me on the couch.
Where you from?
Okay, where... That's why we can't have nice things.
I'm trying to help.
So yeah, I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. I got one more day out here seeing my daughter, watching some College World Series games. So the message that I have for you guys the starting message, and again, I want to make sure I only see 5 likes. So I need you guys to, we have way more viewers. So hit the like, hit the heart button, get that viewership tripped. We're going to do a video about cash another time. We're going to talk about that. Again, we're trying to do with the whole group that we're working with, we're going to continue to educate about what's happening to cash and what's going on at the Capitol. Let's try to focus on what each video is. So again, cash is doing all right. We talked on Father's Day and we'll go on from there, but we'll try to keep giving updates. But again, I want to make sure this one is about motivation. What's going on? It froze. Did it freeze for anybody else? All right. So Field of Dreams, the concept of this movie, obviously, as you guys know, is overriding about baseball, playing catch with his father. But there's some things in it. And I want to talk about the idea that you never know what God is trying to do. And there's a character in the movie, Moonlight Graham, a.k.a. Dr. Graham, if you've never seen it. The concept behind the Dr. Graham character is the fact that he never really got to play in the major leagues. He had one time he got to play in the outfield, and he really just wanted to hit, and that's the person eases pain. If you've seen the movie, he wanted to give him a chance to play baseball. So when he actually talked to the doctor, and they had that whole scene where it was the 1970s, right? So it's the 1970s, and he's talking to him, and he goes, I think, he goes, what happens if you got that hit? And as we all think in that moment, I'm sure Doc Graham, or Moonlight Graham at the time, wishes he could have played Major League Baseball back in the 20s and 30s. However, he did mention that he goes, what happens if I would have got to play and I would have got a hit and I would have continued on? And if you look at him in later life, he's this phenomenal family doctor in his hometown that saved kids' lives, gave away his medical treatment to underprivileged people, and just became this saintly type character. And I think this is overlooked in the movie on the whole philosophy of, well, I think it's definitely an undertone, but I don't know if people really truly realize it. What's going on, Tina? Is that people place so much emphasis in the failure of that moment, him not getting to play baseball, him not getting to play in the major leagues, and how sad that is. But then not realizing that moment of failure allowed him to get his medical degree and become somebody that truly changed his community. So again, everything happens for a reason. I want people to remember that. For those of you that were on the post that were wanting to work with me for free, I'm making final decisions this week once I get out of Omaha and I'm out of back and forth time. So just know that I will be making those final selections this week. I'll be reaching out and setting up that time. Let's see. The other thing. So I watched the making of Field of Dreams, which I've never actually watched this part, or one of the interviews. And Kevin Costner talked about the fact that he had another movie pending and he loved the script for Field of Dreams, but was not wanting to make it. And this is maybe the concept of you guys, maybe something inside of you is saying to do something, to do one thing that is on your heart and you really want to do it. And if you push to see if you can make multiple things happen at once, or push the envelope and say, look, I need to do this, I believe in this, and kind of force the other person's hand or force the other situation's hand. Sometimes you can actually do both, but you have to put it into your constitution that you want to do something. So Kevin Costner had another movie at the time called Revenge that the producer was saying he had to make, but he really liked the Field of Dreams script, but he couldn't make it because he had a prior commitment. The other script, as much as he really wanted to be doing Field of Dreams, the other movie kept getting pushed back, and he goes, you know what? I want to do this other movie. And he gave the producer an ultimatum. The other producer said, I will sue you. And after a couple of days, he realized, you know what? I'm going to let Kevin do both. He just had to make a promise that he was going to do both movies. I don't think Field of Dreams is Field of Dreams without Kevin Costner. So the whole impact that movie has had on the American public, fathers and sons, etc. Again, great movie to discuss around Father's Day. I think it's important to see how he was pushed, where he did not think it was going to work out, but found a way just by pushing and stating what his belief. He goes, I want to do something. I'm going to, and you've delayed. So he might have been getting frustrated with the delay of a movie when in fact that delay is what led him to being able to do both. And most importantly, Field of Dreams, which goes down as one of the top 100 movies of all time in the history of movie making. And there's still people that attend this ballpark regularly. There's going to be a Major League Baseball game adjacent to that field. And it's just part of American folklore. So with that said, the whole concept I have for this week is realizing that everything happens for a reason. Stay positive. But part of staying positive is doing things, trying to do the things that you think were impossible, trying to do things that push the envelope. And if you fail at those, then that's when you realize it was meant to happen. Don't be afraid of those failures. So, Jeanette, I appreciate that. I hope that helped a little bit. I'm looking for you guys. What are you guys going through the beginning of this week? We've got a decent amount of people watching. Let me know if there's anything I can help with here on Motivational Monday. Give you guys a pep talk to start the week. Kelly, you got anything you need a pep talk with? While we're waiting for what people are looking for?
I think we've covered it today.
Did I covered it pretty good?
Yeah.
She wasn't listening to me this whole time.
I listened to everything.
Babe, it's 11 a.m. You're still wearing pajamas.
So are you.
No, I'm wearing pop-up pants, which means I'm ready to party, and I'm wearing my strength in numbers shirt.
Have you brushed your teeth?
Anyways, moving on. All right. Anybody else? Is there anybody that wants a little pep talk? Anybody have something related to that topic or completely different? I'll stay on for a couple more minutes, see if there's anything else I could chat with you guys about. I had a great speaking event last week in Dallas. Uptown Creation brought me. It was so much fun to talk to people. I wrote, some basic notes and a script and completely went off it. Oh, here's a little fun fact, by the way. There's a whole scene in Field of Dreams where it shows our continual pendulum in this country. So in the 60s, obviously, it was fighting against the man and then or fighting against the war and all these different things. And there was writers in the 60s, the hippie movement. And then the 80s, late 80s, they were dealing with the same thing. They were burning the books from the 60s. And I found that was interesting. And the woman that stood up, Amy Madigan, which was the wife character in the movie, she was standing up to censorship and then burning these books. And I found it so ironic that was the liberal mentality, was freedom of speech. And here we are today, just the same as people talk about how the Republican Party and Democrat Party, they switched in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, how they made that party shift. I believe as though the shift is happening once again back to the other side, because it was the true liberal. It was the true true liberal. It was the true liberal that was speaking up for those that were not allowed to use their voice. We're not allowed to speak on truths. We're not allowed to speak of the time they found the Terrence Mann's work to be, which was kind of I think a play on Salinger, but they found his work to be too provocative and pornographic. Now, today we are looking at some censorship across the board. Which is really weird, because the people that are preaching censorship towards one are also thinking it's fine to have actual pornographic books with children doing things, pedophilia and stuff. And that's the ones that they're just like letting give a pass. But basic freedom of speech isn't, which I find very, very interesting. So, but it just shows you that our country goes in cycles. And here we are where the true liberal is now today's conservative. It's crazy. Casey's got a question. Casey Greenwalt, best caliber to shoot prairie dogs. That's a question for Kelly. I believe so. A BB gun should take out a
No.
No, BB gun doesn't.
I don't think so.
Babe, you can't say shovel. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Shovel.
Oh.
Kidding. Okay.
What gauge?
What caliber or gauge? Yeah. We're gonna have Kelly look into that one. Let's see. Angie, I've been showing up at school board meetings. Parents have showed up. Yes, school board meetings have been huge. That girl talking about mask mandates, like the people are standing up. People are going to Project Veritas, and you know what? They're taking a risk. They're willing. This is part of this. They're being willing to lose their jobs and their career to speak up, which is what everybody has to do. And I will be doing a whole different video talking about going to the College World Series, my previous thing, and what I used to MC and host. And I have a very interesting spin on what they're doing. Casey said, okay, so this is, I didn't know, I guess a 17 caliber, .17 bullet. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Kelly gives the approval.
Thumbs up.
She says the way to scientifically check to see if it works is to try it once.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, school board meetings are absolutely huge. All right, 2 more minutes, guys. Anybody else want to know how to shoot a prairie dog? Can you just make them as a pet? You got any kids? Maybe the kids will
They're
want.
like ferrets.
They like ferrets.
I've had ferrets.
Of course, you've had ferrets.
I know.
She's an absolute weirdo. Good. You know what? I'm gonna give a little boost of motivation. I've got trademark in process. There's not a ton of you on this, but I'll say it again. Probably in truth will set you free. The brand name for our clothing, for BetheChange clothing, is going to have an overriding trademark, which is Awake Not Woke, which I was surprised that was potentially available. So we're working on that as we speak. Let's see. Anybody else? What does anybody else got? Sure you don't have anything else for me, Kel? If you're struggling this week to see what else you could do in this world, just remember, do the things today that most are not willing to do so that you can have the things tomorrow most won't have. # Les Brown. That was my thought process last week.
Tell myself that daily.
Yep. I feel like we're having a shift too. I feel like we're having a shift in this country and in this world. People are starting to speak up, and those that are still not awakening are just, let's not be angry with them. Let's not be frustrated. Let's just realize that it's going to come in time. Time and continued information, etc. Anybody else? Bum, bum, bum. Who's prairie dogging it? Eric Peterson. Welcome to my morning. Actually, Kelly tried to get me out of bed this morning with a thumb in the nether regions, and I was so shocked by it that it caused me to snort.
The wrong show for that.
Oh, wrong show for that? Yeah. It's Motivational Monday.
Yeah.
You know what the theme of this Motivational Monday is I'm literally trying to give you a thumb in the old backside to tell you to get up, wake up, and make your week fantastic.
This just sounds dirty.
Sounds super dirty. All right. I guess that's it, guys. I love the thought process too, Tina. And yeah, guys, there, for those of you just joining, if you guys are part of the group of people that were asking when I'm going to make the selections on who gets to work with me for free, I will be doing that this week once I get home. Eric says that is faster than a cup of coffee. Yeah. Ayo. But I'll be doing that at the end of this week. So I've taken some time to let people put their comments in there. We've got a great list of people, and I'm just going to, again, go with where I'm led. I'm going to let this one be based on a couple of the words. I might ask a couple more questions to people, select it, and then we're going to have one group chat of the 5 to 6 or 7 people that I select. And that'll be where I say, this is what I'm laying out. Because again, the biggest thing that I always tell people why it's important when you're ready to make a change is to invest in yourself, which includes money, even sometimes money that you can't afford. So if I'm doing it for free, I think it's super important that people are treating it as though they've invested money into the program, because that is where real change happens. So with that said, ladies and gents, I think I'm going to call it a day. Please be the change you wish to see in the world. I appreciate all of you. If you would like the longer version of this, go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/be The Change USA. It's on the bottom, scrolling across. That's the way you're going to get the extended version. So whatever else I can come up with and a recap of this. Take it easy, y'all. Have a great day.